Hey guys, it's Ash, and today Supercell has revealed the Eagle Artillery, a Town Hall 11 exclusive defense. So I'm going to give you guys an in-depth explanation of this defense, and also talk a little about the strategic use of it, and how we can beat it. It has two levels, level 1 and level 2, although the build cost is unclear at the moment, but if I had to guess, I'd say level 1 would cost around 8 million gold. It has a nearly unlimited range, which means that you can place it almost anywhere inside your base and the defense will cover everything. However, there's a setback. It has a 6-tile radius blind spot around it, similar to how a mortar has a 3-tile blind spot around it. So if troops get too close to it, then the defense becomes susceptible and ineffective. So that's its main weakness. I know people were too quick to tag this defense as OP, especially from what we've seen at ClashCon. However, right now I'm seeing a more underwhelming or balanced version of this defense. It does have a number of weak points. First, it forewarns the attacker, showing them the targeted troop and region before the defense launches its assaults. From these footages, it seems like the artillery takes around 10 seconds for it to do its aerial strike. Note that it has two forms of attacks. One is a less overwhelming attack, simply a point attack, much like an archer tower. And then you have its most devastating attack, which launches an aerial form of attack from the sky. This attack does 3 consecutive hits, that from the looks of it against the level 5 dragon does around 300 to 350 damage per strike. So a total of 3 strikes, so that did around 1,000 hit points of damage. However, as I've mentioned, it forewarns the attacker, and the attack process is slow. It takes 10 seconds to reload and launch every time. Not only that, your troop may actually avoid this damage if that troop leaves that pre-targeted zone. So if you're using mass dragons, then using a haste spell or rage spell right after the artillery has chosen its region may allow your dragons to quickly move ahead and avoid that damage. The Eagle Artillery is deadliest against clumped up troops. Think of it as a much more powerful form of the mortar. Although it takes twice as long as a mortar to recharge, it does about over 20 times the damage. Of course, also, its main weakness is that it's ineffective if troops come too close to it. It has a 6-tile blind spot, and also requires that the attacker use a certain number of housing space units worth of troops for the defense to actually activate. And looking at the video footage, if you pause and rewind, it seems to be around 100 housing space units to activate the defense. So, like Jonas has mentioned at ClashCon, that kill squads may possibly be a thing at Town Hall 11. So we may have to rely on using kill squads to target and remove the artillery. Also, the sneak peeks have mentioned, quote, it targets tough enemies with exploding shells. So that probably tells us that the Eagle Artillery favors attacking troops such as golems and lava hounds that have exploding shells. However, as of now, we're not sure whether the artillery does an increased amount of damage to those troops. We also are not yet sure about its specific preferred order of priority in terms of how it chooses its targets. But if I had to guess, I'd say it prioritizes the troops with the highest HP first. Another way to deter or lessen the impact of the artillery would be using a freeze spell. Unless the artillery is somehow immune to freeze, the freeze spell would be excellent to stop it. Why? Because like how the freeze spell resets single target infernos and mortars, it can be used to reset the timer of the Eagle Artillery. And that would be huge because the Eagle Artillery takes 10 seconds to relaunch its aerial assault. So a smart attacker can freeze it right before its assault, and if that attacker has a good sense of time. Well, that will be all that I'll talk about in this video, but I will have more video explanation of this defense and how it will affect the game, including attack strategies on how to counter it. Also, I'm currently working on Town Hall 11 base designs, so expect them soon on my YouTube channel. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and also subscribe if you haven't. Thanks, and I'll see you guys again soon. Later.